You want to keep warm when you're feeling chilled, but you don't want to raise your heating bill. Blankets are okay, but they can slip and slide. And when you need to reach for something, your hands are trapped inside. Now, there's the EG Jersey, the jersey with sleeves. The jersey keeps you totally warm and gives you the freedom to use your hands. So now, you can work the remote or read a book in total warmth and comfort, use your computer without being cold, or enjoy a snack while staying snugly warm. EG Jersey is made of ultra-performance mega sportsy fabric with normal-size sleeves, so you can move your arms and use your hands and still be wrapped in warmth. Available in sizes for all, so you can stay warm from head to toe. No more cold feet. And with EG Jersey, you can get up and still stay warm. Perfect for men, women, and children too. The Ultra Performance fabric keeps you totally warm, and the sleeves keep your hands free, so you can snuggle your baby in your arms or keep your pet close at hand. The EG Jersey is machine washable, so you'll get years of warmth and comfort. Do what you need to and stay totally warm with the EG Jersey.
To order, visit evilgeniuses.gg/jersey. Remember, you'll get the ultra soft, ultra warm jersey for just $84.95 plus processing and handling. Jersey machine washable with extra processing and handling. Local livestock and slave labor laws may apply. Visit evilgeniuses.gg/jersey. You know how I do.
However, Song of the Siren disjointed the fight and came back in favor of Fnatic.
And we're back, jumping right into the draft for Game 2 of our Western doubleheader. It's an Empire doubleheader. They got a win in their first series against Na'Vi US, and now EG, their next test. And, well, they've already halfway passed it anyway, as they've gotten Game 1, a win under their belt. EG looks to turn it around and force it to a Game 3, but if Empire can make it 4 games in a row that they've won, they'll walk out of here with 2 best-of-3 wins to add to their record in D2L Western play, and they're going to be sitting in very decent shape given how deep into their schedule they happen to be. EG, this is just their second series, so they certainly want to get off to a good start. Don't want to be back at 500 after just 2 played, so they're playing for, a decent amount as well. I'm AC, and joined by Trout for the broadcast, and EG, not going to back off the Jakiro pick. First pick it up. Brewmaster after that. Empire going to go right with the Razor, and again the Elder Titan that we saw played phenomenally by Always Want to Fly in our first series.
Yep, and I think it's still fine that they pick up the Jakiro. That I don't think the Jakiro pick was the problem for Evil Genius's last game, and they pick up a Brew as well. Centaur for some additional team fight, and I think they smartly ban out the Venge. I think the Venge is just so good, and teams are slowly starting to realize just how good she really is. She can be fit up in any lineup as well, too. That's the beauty of her. She's just an all-around, very, very strong support hero. Team Empire, they still don't question this Elder Titan pickup no matter what, as they pick it up again. They're the first overall pick, and I'm curious that they banned out the Tide. I think Tide is still so good and will warrant the first pick for quite some time. And they actually pick up a Batrider for their offlane, I presume, for Scandal played it last time, so probably Scandal.
Yeah, and they'll probably look to run the Elder Titan as the safe lane support with Razor in mid. Naga Siren picked up by EG, and with that pick, you can imagine those will be their 3 cores. One would have to imagine that it'll be the Brew, the Centaur, and the Naga, not a support Naga. And what do you think? Obviously, Arteezy, the Naga player of note, pretty much anywhere you go. So one would imagine him on mid. Centaur in the off lane, and the Brew solo safe. No. How about the Brew just being tri-lane one way or the other? Though I guess they could go aggressive if they wanted to pick another aggressive support and go Centaur Jakiro +1.
Yeah, they could. They could also just go safe lane with a Naga and put Brew mid.
10 seconds.
It just depends on if they really want to secure complete free farm for Naga, if they prioritize more of a blink on the Brew first. I think generally, and we've talked about this, that making sure that your initiator gets their farm first is more important, but it could be a little bit different just because of Naga and the nature of the hero. Like the faster you get the radiant, similar to like an anti-mage, the faster you get your battle fury, just makes your farm go up that much more exponentially. So
right,
have to see what they prioritize there. Something tells me it will be safe lane Naga, but I don't know. We could see something different. Legion Commander, good response to the Brew, good response to the Naga Siren illusions if they are clumped up. We've seen that despite getting your Radiance without like a full hard up, if those illusions do clump up, you can take him out very quickly with just a nuke from overwhelming odds if it's level 4.
5 seconds
yeah,
remaining.
totally agree. Who was it that we saw do that?
I think
was it? I want to say it was Tinker.
I think it was Tinker versus Navi US, but I could be wrong.
that sounds right. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was Koikva. Koikva has been the one we've seen play Legion Commander the most effectively, without a doubt, so far in all D2L play. And so, yeah, pretty sure it was Koikva, like you said, against Navi US. So we know how successful it can be. There is a ton of AoE on the side of EG, and this is just going to have to be a positioning game. Wow, they actually go DP. So maybe that is a support Naga. Like, yeah. It has to be.
It is. Yep, it's going to be a support Naga with the DP in mid, I'm guessing, and then Brewmaster farming the safe lane. Okay, so Naga Siren's good against the Legion Commanders, good against the Bat, in the sense it's actually even better against these heroes as a support because you're more likely to be around for a Song of the Siren. Whereas if you're a core and you're one position Naga, your primary focus is farm, and you're not really using the ulti to disengage as much. But as a support, that's kind of like your focus. So, in that sense, is a little bit stronger. But Death Prophet, we'll see how Arteezy can play him. He has a high win rate with this hero, but I will say Death Prophet's track record in D2L is not good.
No, I haven't really looked at the stats anywhere else, but unless we're just a true outlier and have been for weeks now, I can't imagine the Death Prophet's doing well elsewhere. She just is not that good this patch. I mean, she's still okay. It's not like you pick her and go, throne game, GG, call it, it's done. It's nothing like that. But in terms of her effectiveness, she just got nerfed so many ways. She got nerfed directly. She got nerfed indirectly. She got nerfed in the fact that heroes that want to fight more are now more popular. I mean, like, basically everything that was changed about the game over the last, 3 months or so has basically worked against her. And overcoming that, I mean, she's still a decent hero. She still can give you some things. She's definitely not worth a pick, first pick or an early ban, no doubt about it anymore. So picking her up last, at least I can get behind. I just want to see how they make her work.
Yeah, although in the Chinese team, we see her banned out in the first 2 actually quite a lot.
Every
still.
time.
Yeah.
Even though she loses like every game that she makes it in, though, is the weird thing. I
mean, still on paper, her actual strength is not really changed. Like, the damage and the numbers are still all there. It's just the cooldown is very, very long now. And as you mentioned with towers, and I've mentioned too in times past, with towers not being so important anymore, her ulti just kind of seems less and less effective in the earlier stages of the game. And at a 145-second flat cooldown, it's a very, very long time.
Liking this Centaur set universe has. I've never seen it.
Huh, interesting axe.
Yeah, I like the shoulder pads and the helmet a lot. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Let's talk about the lanes. It's PPD on the Naga, so definitely the support Naga. Arteezy as anticipated. Going to be taking the DP mid. Fears on the Brew, and Zai on the Jakiro. On the off lane will be Universe on the Centaur. For Empire, it's going to be Silent farming up the Razor. He's in a dual lane configuration, at least for the moment, with Solo. Yoki is going to be taking our Legion Commander mid. Always want to fly as anticipated. Will be on the Elder Titan. Looks like he wants to head elsewhere for the moment. And Scandal out in the off lane. But I tell you, man, again, Yoki to me is one of the most intriguing players in D2L right now. I'm really excited, genuinely excited to see what he's able to accomplish with this Legion Commander based on how well he's played in the few times we've seen him.
Yep. Yeah, he's been playing very well. I would say, other than the Naga game, I think that he could have closed that out just a little bit better. And by close out, I mean win, because they didn't win. But PPD's camping the top rune. Bottom rune is going to be for solo. It will get scouted out and spotted by this ward that Universe placed. So at the very least, they'll know that he's in Viz. Question is, which way does he go? Does he go bottom? Does he fake him out and go mid? Oh, it's the fake out! As Solo walks towards mid. See if RTZ is greedy enough to get some extra CS in the mid lane. This is the thing, though. Ganking Death Prophet is so easy. Oh, he bought boots, actually. So 330 movement speed. Still might die.
Solo walks right up. And up there it is. Overwhelming odds. There's the lift. They also have the Ancestral Spirit. And he's just going to run, but I don't think he's going to make it away. Yoki trying to get there, but 397 movement speed on the Elder Titan means he should be able to catch him. He's going to try to deny himself.
Oh, one second on the Elder Titan thingy.
Oh! And he actually does deny himself, so he ends up wasting a lot of time. And even though it sucks for him to die there, the fact that it was a deny, he's actually back to lane quicker than Yoki is. And that was 3 heroes that end up chasing him around that much time. So I don't know. Like, it's hard to determine, but I would imagine that's at best a wash.
Yeah, it's fine for Empire, actually. Or sorry, it's not fine for EG. And I think that he could have cast the Astral Spirit just a little bit faster. But it is okay. This is one of those times it might come into play. It is an East server, so maybe that's why. That actually is one instance where it completely could have mattered. But I won't go too far into that.
Well, always want to fly, hanging back for now, and looks like he wants to get his stack on. How about top lane? How's Scandal doing? Just about to find level 2. PPD's already 2.5. Zai is still just level 1, and 2.5 on the brew. And we can see PPD just being obnoxious to Scandal, trying to be disruptive. Down at the other side, Universe is level 2.5 actually, and he's doing some cute stuff hiding out in the trees here.
Yep, mid, Yoki doing a good job CSing, has his bottle up now. And RTC thought this was going to be a Razor in mid because he bought boots first. I don't imagine if he knows that the Legion Commander's here, I don't think that warrants buying boots on DP. I would think that he would want the Mill Talisman for extra harass, so kind of dodged a bullet in that sense. PPD camping up the top rune. It was, I think, a bounty. And always want to fly, going to pick up a haste.
Such good play from Universe. He hung there until they finally got suspicious, and then just as they were sending Solo to find him in the trees, he TP's just right back to the tier 2 in time to get this wave.
Top Batrider could be in trouble, actually. He's going to cast an early Firefly to hit the creeps a little bit. Is there an ensnare on Peter? Of course there is. He's a support. But he dodges the bullet. So, good job and good awareness from him.
Little burn damage will help push this lane out some in mid. It's basically a dual mid out of Empire right now. How do you feel about this? I mean, Always Want to Fly is just level 1.5. And as I had said before, the times that I see this just fall on its face is whenever you just, very little level gain on an Elder Titan. He starts to feel like dead weight walking around the map. He's helping out a little bit here in mid, but to tell you the truth, Arteezy's actually kind of bossing Yoki around. He's got 16 CS to the 12 of the Legion Commander.
Yeah, I do think that Death Prophet wins this lane, and this is probably to be expected. They get the kill on Arteezy, it's a completely different ballgame, I think. Especially if Yoki gets the first blood. I agree, I think Elder Titan needs to... Oh, yeah, you weren't kidding. He's still level 1. Not even level 2, so he definitely needs to find some space. Rubik, in the meantime, at least is level 3, so his nuke is doing a little bit more damage. It's up to 140.
Radiant's bottom tower
and
is under
who does
attack.
this favor? I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, I like both lineups. I think they both have their strengths. I do think that Panda with the complete free farm is very, very strong. Fear, one of the better pandas in the West, I must say. His micro is just phenomenal. So I imagine that EG is actually probably okay with this setup.
Bounty top, Invis bottom. And here comes Universe back to lane. See if he wants to go take a look at the rune. It's actually going to be Solo who spots it out, and he might try to make something happen if he can just deny it from Arteezy, which he will be able to. That's handy dandy. And was spotted by EG as they had the ward, so Arteezy at the very least didn't waste his time walking all the way down to find out. Fear's been left alone up at top, so he's going to be farming by himself for a while. PPD and Zai have smoked and are now moving in behind their own tier 1 bottom. They want to take a run at the very least at Silent. Problem is they're going to run right into this Invis Solo. And yep. And that's unfortunate. There's going to be the lift. They got to go now. No ice path for this Jakiro. There's the ensnare on the Solo. Follow up with the stomp. Not even needed. Double edge more than enough. First blood drawn. Silent does decent damage on his way back, but PPD draws first blood and drops that Rubik.
So unfortunate and so close to solo. He popped the smoke unintentionally. But since it's nighttime, I actually don't think he had vision of them, even though he popped it. So didn't know that they were coming. So very nice first blood in favor of the Naga. Second game in a row where PPD gets this first blood. So I'm sure he'll like that.
This is really good for Always Wanna Fly. In vacating that top lane, they've given it to the Elder Titan, and he's still got a little bit to go to catch up, but he is at least now level 3. And yeah, he's right on par with PPD and Zai. So he's going to be really happy about that. Means his time wasn't wasted. And they may take another run at Silent here. Universe is hanging, as is Zai, as is Peter. And let's see if they want to actually prepare for this, or if they just want to go ahead and try to collapse elsewhere. For now, Arteezy just continues to farm quite well. Number 2 in overall net worth. Number 1 is Fear. And not far behind them, though, are the Razor and the Legion Commander.
Interesting decision by Legion Commander, just nuke mid. Because he didn't get any of the CS, but I guess he just wanted the extra movement speed to get this rune a little bit faster. So he's going to miss some creeps there. Or maybe these two can get saved here by Scandal. Okay, so he gets a double damage, but yeah, as you said, DP's definitely out farming mid now, and this just becomes very standard once DP gets some levels under his belt. It's going to have level 7 here. Probably gets a level into Witchcraft again for the 4th one. Just then he'll be super duper fast. We'll see what he gets here. He gets a point into, might be the ultimate too, just in case the Yoki dives in.
Nothing yet. Down at bottom, we're going to have an engagement. It's Universe trying to get on Silent. Universe not level 6, does get off the stomp, but there's a lift from Solo. That's going to be a very nice static link. A lot of damage stolen up to 126. Plasma Field, couple of auto attacks, could not get into range, and the dual breath's going to be enough to slow him down. And now PPD's coming back in, but look at the damage output. And Silent actually is going to take a lot of damage from this liquid fire. And he does manage to survive, but only just barely. Double damage picked up by the Legion Commander, or activated, excuse me, not picked up. And there's a lift on the Zai, static link. Damage has faded. So the right click in the Plasma Field, not quite enough. So a lot of trading in the paint, but everyone's still alive in this bottom lane.
I think Silent could have actually played that just a little bit better. If he was attacking for a little bit longer and saved his nuke until he was out of range, that's typically what you want to do. You want to attack, and then always save your nuke until you can't attack anymore and you're just simply out of range. He also wasn't attacking on Agi-Treads, and I think he would have been able to get one more extra auto attack in there, plus it's 8 extra damage each time too, which does add up in little small engagements like that. So I think he actually may have gotten the kill if those little minute things were changed.
Would have been a big one too. Bring it down to Universe. Speaking of, he's taking a look at the 8-minute rune. Elder Titan up above him. Arteezy's there to help protect him. Will be Arteezy they give the rune to naturally, as he wants to bottle it up. PPD has eyes on a haste rune at bottom, and he's going to go ahead and take it. Looks like they might want to try to do something bottom. They have a ward down here just to keep an eye on things coming from the west. But they are now converging, and yeah, he's got eyes on Yoki. Blink done on Fear. And yeah, PPD just basically sharing the experience. He actually got a level out of that.
Nice.
Now coming up, gonna try to, nope, never mind. I thought he was gonna try to catch Solo. But they are gonna push down him.
PPD is not 6 yet, but it's going to be obviously good when he is. I imagine Fear... Actually, Fear is going to get a free tower out of this. Could even TP bottom afterwards. There's a response here. They're going to need someone to TP at the top right now. Like TP right any second. And they're not doing it. Stop, miss.
Echo Stomp. Off the mark, and it still gets destroyed by the catapult. Now, Always Want to Fly. He could split on him. But it looks like he's not interested. He wants to save the split for a bigger objective. Silent, once again, had a static link on the Universe. Only sapped 21 damage that time, though. And another rotation. It's going to be Zai. Coming from the edge. Hits him with a dual breath.
He's dead.
And like you said... Who's dead?
No, I'm just saying. It was a weird dual breath. I'm like, he's dead. He's got him killed.
But, yeah, like you said, Fear can now come bottom if they wanted to dive this and really wanted to take it to Silent.
Yep, he would just need some kind of mana. Unfortunately, he needs either a bottle or a mana boots. One of the two, I think. Or I guess if he gets treads, it's fine too, but I really do like arc boots, especially when your team can benefit from it. Like Naga would love it, THD would love it, everyone would love it. So. Also, even Centaur can really benefit that since his spells did get nerfed in the sense that they cost more mana now. He's gone for bottle instead.
Want to check and make sure that we're not offline.
Okay.
I think Twitch might be down. See if you can.
You want me to check and look while we're?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just noticed that our viewer count dropped to 0 via the counter, and that usually indicates a disconnect. I can't get anything to load on the channel now. Anyway, we are going to continue to cast. Hopefully I'm still connected via Dota TV. And there's going to be an Echo Stomp. They caught 2. PBD could be in trouble, but they're going to come back in using the split. They catch Silent from behind. Arteezy using his ulti as well. There's the Storm aspect tossing up. Always want to fly solo. Being dove behind his own tier 1 in the meantime. The rest of the fight is pushing back up the lane. And Yoki has a chance to get a lot of kills. He's guaranteed at least 1 duel. And now he might try. Nope, never mind. Just going to be happy to take the duel win where he can get it. And Fear did manage to finally track down Solo, but they split that up a little awkwardly. And because of that, it ends up being a 2-for-2 that without a doubt I think favors Empire.
God, they were so... Look at Centaur's life. It's much higher now because he's regenerating with Tranquils, but he was so close.
He and Zai both, man. He and Zai both were so close.
So close. If the Batrider just got one more sticky napalm off on him, actually, or even just an attack, they die. TP coming in from mid is going to be Arteezy. He's very close to his Yules.
Is the video running on Twitch right now?
I can't load it up either, so I think it's a Twitch thing.
Yep. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll keep casting. Every couple of minutes, if you can, Tralf, check and see if you can get it to load. And if it does load, and I need to reconnect the streamer, I will.
Okay.
I don't know if it's people can't load our channel or if Twitch just pooped itself and I'm gonna have to reconnect the stream to make it work. So just every couple of minutes when you can, just check that for me. And sorry that everyone in the end game is hearing this background chatter. Life of a live streamer, always worried about Twitch. I'm gonna have to yell at people, call them. But anyway, at 12 minutes in, we'll take a look at the gold graph, and we can see this is going EG's way fairly heavily. They're ahead about 2,000 gold, and the experience pretty negligible, but 2,000 gold, 12 minutes. Not the end of the world, but it's going to be tough for Empire to make it up unless they're very successful with ganks like these. 3 are smoked up to top. And there's going to be, Fear's the one caught out. He doesn't have split. This is a great kill if they can get it. Naga Siren in the meantime gets the kill on the Elder Titan. But that is a very beneficial exchange going the way of Empires. They not only kill Fear, but they get a duel off on Yoki as well. If they can continue to play him like this and every minute or two somehow get him 10 damage from a duel, they're going to be in great shape.
Yeah, he is going to... He's on the verge of snow... Well, okay, not on the verge of snowballing, but he's got a very good start to it. And he's got a number of spells that he can dispel with his W spell as well. I just said spell like 40 times. But basically, that press the attack is going to be very effective. He actually goes in on Zai with just auto attacks and the press the attack. Stomp hits Arteezy in the backfield, wasn't able to use Yules or anything defensively. And a nice easy kill even without Legion Commander ulti on Zai.
Yeah, it's almost a shame that it wasn't 10 seconds later. That would have been free 10 damage.
It's down, by the way. Everyone in chat is saying it's down. Just
Everything's down?
Well, I don't know. I can't see on the stream, but it said everyone on chat is saying that picnic, it's down.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a Twitch.
Right.
I think it's a Twitch thing, though.
So, but you're getting nothing to load with the video?
I can't. I can't even open up the games tab on the directory for Twitch.
Okay, yeah. Then it is a Twitch thing. All right. Like I said, keep an eye on that, and when it looks like Twitch is back, if I don't see our viewership spike, I'm going to reconnect.
Okay.
Cool. But that means it's just me and you guys. It's us and the in-game viewers, all our awesome people who bought tickets. We love you so much. Thank you for supporting the D2L. And I know, no item. And we're as disappointed as you are, trust me. In fact, more. I'm willing to bet we are more disappointed than you are that our item is not in the store because our prize pool is not very large, and that's why. And I'm not happy about it. But happy about the Dota. It has been a lot of fun to cast so far. And now I feel kind of out of it because we've been talking about everything else. Anyway, looks like it's going to be a Vlad's build on Fear. And there's the Blink Dagger on the Centaur as well. So the item progression for EG is coming together relatively well. I'll tell you what's scary, though. If EG falls flat, since this is a support Naga, like if they kill Fear 2 or 3 times and suddenly EG loses all of their momentum, I don't think they can come back against Empire. Like they are so completely focused on winning this phase of the game that if they don't, they're just boned.
Yeah, here comes a very... God, this is why DP has just been
So good.
kind of ignored right now, and when he hasn't been, just not had the great success. He's just so easy to kill now, and people are doing a much better job in this patch specifically to be aggressive onto a hero like that. Double damage also on Yoki doesn't hurt things. Here comes the initiation.
Two-man clap and the split. They're going to get Scandal. Nice two-man stop behind that as well. Scandal still up and running for the moment. They're chasing Always Want to Fly with the Pandas. Zai manages to Yules the Razor. He didn't actually Yules. I'm pretty sure there's the Storm aspect. Yeah, Zai doesn't have his Yules done yet. Nobody died. Brew does finally secure the kill onto one that was onto the Bad Rider. And the rest of it, Solo trying to... Oh! Tracks him down and gives him the smack. That booty smack, though. PPD got a song. It's a 2-for-1 as they did get Universe behind it. And there's the Macro Pyre, and now RTZ ready to re-engage. Silent tries to TP away. Nope. Crit is there from Fear. And looked like it wasn't going to be that bad, but turns out to be a 4-for-1. And a huge swing. That's 2,000 gold in favor of EG. And about 2,500 XP. Not bad.
Oh, Solo had a nice play there on the Centaur. If he didn't have the Drunken Haze on him, he would have attacked Roche, and Roche would have denied him. It was actually really a good play by Fear. And also, it was so close that Scandal gets out of there just by the skin of his teeth. We are on Twitch, don't worry. Okay, good. He just gets out on by the skin of his teeth, but this ward actually gave Fear the vision he needed for that last extra boulder toss with a couple seconds left in this duration of his ultimate. So could have been a lot better. Just the small little things actually makes EG go on top.
Well, talk about on top again. That was a big swing in the overall grand scheme of things, and this is what EG has to have. Like the kill score matters only in so much as what it translates to. It's close, a lot closer than I think EG would like. They've given up a couple of kills or a couple of deaths on Fear that I know they would have loved to have avoided. Actually, he's only died once. For some reason, I had in my head he died twice, but only once. But they do still have to worry about Yoki. Yoki now at level 11. Net worth-wise, he's second only to Fear. He has a blink, and we'll see what he wants next. Could be a blade mail. In fact, I would wager that's what it's going to be. But he's already stolen 30 damage. And talking, snowballing, and all that. That's more than enough of a start. And yep, Scandal's going to get him. This is going to be 40 damage. Easy peasy duel. They got to quit giving these up. Like, if I'm EG, I think I just stick as 5. And then when my ults are up, I go fight. I think that's the best way to go. Solo actually just stole Macro Pyre.
Yeah, pretty nice spell for him.
Yeah.
Actually going to use it. Do some damage to these creeps here. Nice, nice. Wouldn't mind to see some leveling up of the null field as well. There's a decent chunk of magic damage coming out from the Panda. And I think the Naga Siren's Riptide is magic. Yeah, it is. And all that jazz. So they're going to push up top lane just a little bit. Scandal's going to cut the creeps. And they should get this tower because it's relatively low. Meanwhile, Silent, he fears that someone's down here.
Yes, he is. And he should fear it.
He can TP out right now. TP. Yep, exactly. That was such a fast ultimate by Fear.
Yep.
Might not have been necessary because Universe was there, but that was a really good anticipation.
Think it's worthwhile to give up a tower and to use a split on that?
I think it's okay. I mean, Razor's a very important hero, so I think it's okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mid-game rolls on. We actually see RTZ caught out. Yoki's there. There's a beautiful Earth Splitter. Yoki is silenced. Oh, if he wasn't silenced, he would have gone ulti and probably would have gotten the kill. Now he's going to be ensnared. There's the Macro Pyre down. Universe is right there. And that is a much more important kill in my mind than the kill on the Razor. Getting Yoki off the map, because Yoki's the big threat. You know, Razor can go toe-to-toe and everything, but a Yoki that continues to just get duels and continues to develop his items. And wow, Always Want to Fly can die here. Fear's right on his tail. And not going to dive it. Doesn't have split for a while. There's an ice path to make sure he stays safe. Scandal caught as Universe engaged and hit him with the hoof stomp, but Scandal going to knock him back, and they will get a kill. So a little bit of a feed that time. And Fear's still hanging around.
He's dead.
Done. Yeah. Why was he still trying to engage you?
I don't know. They got really greedy. That's the buddy syndrome not working out. Trying to save or do something with Universe's uncharacteristically bad dive there. He shouldn't have. He knew the second he blinked into that tier 2 was a mistake, because the second he went in, he stomped and he just tried to book it. But he didn't have his ulti up. It was actually cooling down for like 15 seconds. So unfortunate missteps there by EG. That was a really nice silence in the mid river right there by Arteezy. If he didn't get that off, he actually dies. He got it off as he came down from the Yules. It's also a very slow duel, which again I think ping issue actually could have been a factor there, because sometimes you get there and you're spamming trying to click it, but your hero's facing a different way. It's kind of an awkward setup, but a faster silence coming out from Arteezy.
Yeah, exactly. Like even in the play-by-play, I was calling that out. The fact that the silence actually saved him. He definitely would have been dueled, would have been more damage. There's a Yules used on Scandal. The Yules completed by Zion. This is going to be a nice kill for EG. As they finish off the Bat. Bat does have Blink Force, so he's doing okay. Now we're going to have Always Wanna Fly. Toss in the air, comes down, and Arteezy unwilling to commit much more than a Yule's Scepter usage to him. But now at 20 minutes in, EG beginning to feel quite powerful. They've only killed off the Legion once, though. So I still feel like EG has to stay vigilant. They have to continue to press the attack. They cannot afford to give the Legion too much more time. Not to say she's just going to blow up at like 8 minutes and suddenly turn the game, but their team is so completely and utterly drafted around dominance at this phase that they don't want to give away any extra gold, any extra XP to a hero that scales as well late as the Legion does.
I think Yoki needs to press the attack.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so tired. I don't know about you, man. I am worn out. Like, I wanted to follow that with something clever, and all I have is, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not tired. I am hungry. I got to get food after this.
Oh, man. I am so tired.
It's been a long one, man. Long week.
It has. But we're winding down the East tonight, and we'll get back on a regular schedule with the West. That's been the tough part, man, is the constant back and forth and the time shifts. And it just caught up with me heavily today. It's bad. Got out the door early and caught in a traffic from a car accident for 90 minutes going 3 miles.
God.
Oh no, dude. That kind of stuff will wear your ass out.
Like, I
just
believe
mentally and physically. Just staring and angry and late and feeling like you're letting people down just wears your ass out.
Yep, that's the
but
worst.
Enough of yeah, and I'm sure everyone's so interested since they tuned into the Listen to AC's live show. Sorry, guys. That's just me being tired and cantankerous and wanting to gripe at something.
It's okay. There's not really much happening.
Yeah, exactly. Well, be an analyst. Analyze. What's going on?
Analyticized. Zai, well, they're pushing. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They are pushing. They have all their ultimates up. They could go for Roshan, actually. They have the Naga Sleep to disengage if they need to. They're going to chance it a little bit and go for this push instead, which I think might be a mistake. Maybe they're pushing this up and then they'll go for Roshan. They need the other lanes to be pushed out, though, I think. Otherwise, it's going to be blatantly obvious once they leave this, so they just want to push now.
Bear tries to go. He tried to split, but a very quick reaction from Solo. And Solo didn't manage to steal anything, but Fear's going to be dueled and brought down. And they probably need to back off. PPD, yeah, is just calling it, saying, do not engage.
Really?
That's another duel for Yoki. More damage for him. And that was very quick out of Solo. It was such a quick blink, clap, and ulti, but Solo got the lift off, and he managed to still clap by the time all was said and done, too.
And not only just him, but the rest of his team to follow up right there and just know that they could turn this fight by initiating onto the Brewmaster himself. Very nicely done by Solo. Good quick reactions from Scandal and the rest of the crew. And yeah, more damage going the way of Yoki. Almost got the sleep off with PPD. It was so close, but he has to stand very far back for other reasons.
And Empire now putting a push on of their own. Doesn't look like they want to overcommit, though, and I like that. They know Fear's coming back up now. Last thing they want is to take a good win and then feed it right back. The Legion Commander is now number 2 in overall net worth. The Razor, number 4. Razor is substantially behind, though, as is the Bad Rider. And, yeah, the gold definitely still moving in EG's favor, but they have cut down on it. I mean, you were getting close to 7,500 gold advantage for EG, and now it's been cut a little less than in half. And same thing to be said about XP, up to about 4,000 and cut down to a little less than in half. So progress is being made. It's just a matter if they can keep it up. If you're EG, what do you need to fix to make sure that you stop doing this and you actually are able to close this game out?
Well, this isn't good. Zai is completely dead here.
Oh,
With a duel, he had an invis actually on Yoki, and even if he didn't, they actually spotted him out with the Batrider Firefly. But for EG, I think it's take Roshan. I think they should have taken Roshan instead of trying to push there. Like I said, they have a decent Roshan lineup. They have Lads on the Panda. They have Liquid Fire. They have the Death Prophet ulti. Like, these are all amazing abilities. And like I said, even if they feel under pressure, they can use the Naga Sleep to try to buy some time at the Rosh pit. It's a 7-second window of extra damage and then getting the Aegis and getting the hell on out of there. So I thought they could have gone for Roshan, but I think they took what is, in my opinion, a little bit more of a risky play, and it didn't pay off.
Yoki is definitely getting to a point of critical mass. Only needs about 400 more gold, 450 or so, to finish his BKB. Already has Blade Mail, Blink, Tread, and he's stolen 72 damage at 25 minutes. That's actually really, really legit. Like, that's a fair amount. I'm not going to blow it out of proportion and say it's like amazing, but it's on the high side of what you can expect when you're having a good Legion game.
I think so too, yeah.
Like, with that much damage stolen, hitting for 200 a shot now. And yeah, there's the Roche, actually. They took that very quickly.
Yep.
So an Aegis is up on Arteezy. But with that much damage stolen, they can maybe relax a little bit. Like, I feel like they actually can begin to play a bit more defensive and just tell EG, okay, it's your job to close us out now, because we are going to dig our heels in and dare you to try to high ground us. I mean, obviously they won't just give up tier 2s for free, but I feel like they've got the Legion in a good spot, and they're doing a very nice job of punishing EG when they do make mistakes. And if they can just continue to do that for another 15-20 minutes, I think they're in wonderful position.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money. I don't think Empire has to be too scared necessarily of EG's late game potential. It's there. I think Empire has equal late game potential as well, if not better.
Yep.
It's just scary going late game against the EG squad. Like the that thought is solo. He's getting caught out here. There is a net, and he will die. Very easy pick off there for EG. That's nice. It's scary going up against late game, not in the sense of like lineups, like the hero draft, but EG's just a very good team about, you know, maximizing their farm in the late game, draft aside. But like I said, Empire does have the tools to fight high ground. Batrider's amazing. The Elder Titan's super good. They have a lot of spam ability.
Lasso on the universe, and Yoki about to get some more damage and does. Now up to 86 damage stolen. And looks like EG wants to push bottom. And they're going to TP, at least always want to fly back. He has very little mana, though. Has to use his Soul Ring just to have enough for an Astral Spirit. And Empire's falling back. I think they should have just pushed mid. They push mid. I think EG has to react. The Exorcism's still down on Arteezy. And nope, just going to take the tier 2 for free.
Yeah, I don't know. They just used the duel. They just used the Batrider Lasso. They're not the heaviest pushing team outside of Ags on Racer. And they thought maybe, you know, maybe EG could push that tier 2 tower and still come back to the tier 1, or sorry, tier 2 in mid. So I think it was a fine decision. I think Empire is still in an okay spot. I really think, and I know you touch on this a lot, that Legion Commander should probably think about getting an MKB now.
Yep.
Very, very good. Once he gets up to like 100 plus damage, I think he can actually start soloing the Brewmaster if he gets pressed attack off before. And if he has an MKB, I definitely think he can solo him.
MKB would be such a great pickup, and you know, it's obviously it's a very high cost damage item. There aren't many heroes who would turn down an MKB if offered it. But yeah, I mean, I think his damage gain right now is very good. I feel like he can solo pretty much anyone except the Centaur and the Brew. I think if he gets on top of Arteezy, I don't know. Arteezy's got a VIP booster in the Shivas. Spoke a little too soon. They are tanking up well on the side of EG, if nothing else. And they're going to have an Assault Cuirass done momentarily as the Hyperstone. Actually, I think it's on the way to Fear right now. Yeah, it is. So there's an AC done. So EG is developing their items. And they should be. I mean, they are in the lead. But here's Legion. Ice Path. Blade Mail did go off. And they're going to follow it up. BKB. He's able to blink now, but not wanting to blink blindly.
Well, it's a small win for EG. That's his 10-second BKB used on minor spells from EG. They didn't pop anything big, so nice win for them.
His Razor needs to get bigger, quicker. It's got a Plate Mail, a Scepter, and not much else. And in the meantime, EG's knocking on the door, rattling their Saber down mid. And looking to pick a fight. And Solo just doing what Solo does, off on his own. Solo has a habit of doing that. I feel like he should be pulling back right about now, but it's not going to be the case. They're just going to take the tier 2 completely for free. They're going to try to put a push on top with Scandal and Silent, but in the end, it's just not going to work. And EG can think about trying to do something high ground here.
Oh, probably not. The DP ulti is just cooling down, just about to fall out, so they're going to back up. They probably won't use this Aegis unless they start fighting now. Silent TP's out. Ooh, Fear. Couldn't find him. Couldn't really do anything about it, I should say. And Gem picked up on the Naga, which is fantastic because your illusions will also have the true vision. So he'll be able to do some counter warding. There's a ward in this new spot, although it just faded actually, as I said that. And even the ward in mid just faded. So Gem is nice, but actually Empire have no wards on the map now. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, they are more or less in the dark. And they got one. Just faded, like you said. If you're Empire, how do you play this out? Do you go pick a fight, or do you decide to try and go late and just play defensive? Like, if they were going to play defensive, I think they would have defended a little bit more a bit ago. I think they just want to go for picks, and Zai's going to be one. As he's brought back, there's the duel. Fear comes in with the split, and Zai actually does end up dying, and it is a win for Yoki. They're going to try to run now. The Storm Aspect threw one into the air, but Scandal coming in from behind, just waiting on a target onto which to engage. Silent actually caught by the Yules. And there goes the Macro Pyre. They want to follow it up. There's an Echo Slam, though. Solo ends up dead on the low ground. In the meantime, Silent hit with the Ensnare, but no follow. So it's just Solo down now. The Jakiro did buy back. There's going to be an Ice Path, and Silent able to be force-staffed out. Flame Break trying to make time. And EG trying to pursue it. Let's see if they can catch Silent. There's the song. Earth Splitter didn't do much. He's coming in from behind. That Scandal, he actually manages to lasso RT. No, it's Zai. And he's going to be tossed into the air in the meantime, but now they're going to follow it up. Silent shouldn't. Behind that, Scandal went on Zai and was unable to get to kill. Yoki's right there, though, has his duel. And, yep, he's going to go ahead and use it. Nice Ice Path, though, just in time. And EG trying to go toe-to-toe. There's a fallout from Universe and the Blade Mill. Used, but irrelevant. Scandal, another great Ice Path from Zai. Trying to follow it up. There's going to be the Stampede, and look at all the trees just dying in a hail of fire and blood and dust, as that's a full 5-man wipe from EG. And what chance it looked like Empire might have had seems to have gone up in smoke.
You know, EG's just outplaying Empire totally. I don't even think Empire is playing this bad. I think their draft was fine. I think EG's just, they look pissed off. They look like they really want to win. And just every bit of maneuvering around these fights has just been sound. On top of their game, dodging spells, blinking at the right times, helping each other out. Arteezy finishes a refresher. I thought it was going to be a Lincoln's. But Fear, he can't get it off his ulti. Barely gets it off. My God, it was so close.
Cut the split off. Now he can run interference as well. Tossing, always want to fly into the air. Earth Spirit is being sapped of damage. There's the rock. One rack's down. Doesn't look like they're that interested in trying to grab him, but Arteezy gets an unstoppable streak going with kill on always want to fly. And they will just go ahead and extricate themselves here. Not going to take too many chances on it. 14 to 20, not 18. At 33, and this is looking rather grim for Empire. Don't know that they have much more than another big fight or two like that in them. Yeah,
it's getting out of control fast. And now Yoki's just, there's too many things against him when he doesn't have his BKB up. Like, there's just too many ways to either stop his ulti, or just stun him before he even gets it off, or even slow his attack speed down with the Shivas. And I really like this THD, or the Jakiro Centaur combo. I think it's really nice. I've seen it a number of times where they're able to really get the full effectiveness out of Centaur's damage with the Stomp and the Ice Path. And Arteezy with his Refresher, he popped it up and used it a second time to get the full duration, and actually got the racks with that. And Empire Solo, not in a good spot. He tries to get away, one more attack. Nope, doesn't matter, Yules.
And Fear takes it. No, actually, Universe the one to get the last hit. And Yoki, I feel like he's played well this game, but he is just falling behind where he needs to be. Like you said, too many things for which he has to account. And it looks like EG's ready to try to go bottom. They actually caught Silent from behind with the Yules and the... No, it wasn't the Yules. That was actually just a flat Ice Path. He's going to have Ice Path again right now. And yeah, he's dead. Well played by Zai, keeping him close and not letting him get away. That's 2 down, and buyback's now a factor. No buyback on the Razor. Solo doesn't have any, but he'll be back up in 15 seconds. But they're going to be able to bring down this tier 3 before the Razor responds.
God, Arteezy almost has a heart now. So he had a kind of rough start, but I feel like it was ever since he got that silence off after the Yules in mid is when he really just started to turn it up a notch and just really just started to jumpstart his farm. And showing that DP is still a powerhouse and still has the potential to outfarm anyone in the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here we go. Exorcism pop. Empire trying to hold the lines. What Solo get? Managed to get Exorcism. Not bad. Not that it matters that much as the racks are just melting in front of their face. But still could be worse. And Solo going to be caught. There's the Ice Path. Earth Splitter doesn't catch much. And Solo, actually, there's a lasso on Arteezy. This could be good if they can bring him down. Solo just hanging around, doing what he can. But no, that's the Song of the Siren. Now there's an Ice Path and a macro. Pyro Solo should burn to death in that. No, Force Staff to safety. Behind that, Empire trying to charge out. Stampede was used, though, to secure everyone's escape. But still, they end up getting 2 sets of racks. So only mid left standing for now. And I actually didn't even notice that she was doing the song until it was just so much it was loud with 2 damn exorcisms going. It's so loud. And didn't notice she was doing the song until I noticed nobody was moving. And EG able to extricate themselves safely.
This is the EG squad that people are remembering. Like this, in the latter half of this game, this is the EG squad that won Star Ladder. This is the EG squad that has looked good for the last, since they actually formed. I mean,
yeah,
they didn't perform very well last game, but they're really turning it up, and they're just completely outplaying Empire. It's not much more to say about it. There's not like they outdrafted them. It's not like Empire threw. They're just, it's very impressive individual skill on top of just good teamwork and coordination. And I don't think that there's anything Empire could do, even if their draft is fine in the late game. I think EG's got all the items. They've got the maneuverability with this Jakiro Blink. And now they have another Roshan under the belt, which is the second Roshan.
And down it goes. And honestly, I think they can just run down mid right now. I don't think they have to fuss too much. Just wait on Exorcism to come off cooldown. They do that, they're going to be in great shape. And it looks like Empire is actually wanting to go on the aggressive. They're going to pick a fight and hoping they can catch them with Exorcism down. There's a stomp on the Fear's Eye. Runs right around the corner and gets lifted immediately. He's going to come back down, uses himself. There's a split from Brew, though. And Solo, isolated in the fight, should end up dead. There's an Earth Splitter that doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Silence doing some work. Yoki tossed into the air by the Storm, by the Panda aspect. They're going to get Silent next. Triple kill for Arteezy and GG. Yoki going to make it 4, and I'm sure they could have had 5. Scandal was hiding. So EG comes back with a vengeance, like you were saying, and I gotta echo your sentiment. Strikes me they might have had a bit of a chip on their shoulder for that game. Just wanting to prove a point that yeah, we lost game 1, but we're a pretty damn good Dota team, and we need to remind Empire of that. 1-1, we're all knotted up. And I don't know that I can build on it, man, what you had said. It's not that we can't be like, oh, there's an outdraft, or oh, there's a player who played poorly, or oh, they didn't adjust for this. They just got outplayed kind of down the stretch, all around.
Yeah, if there was anything, I feel like maybe the Razor just didn't get as active in the game. I really felt like he was not doing too much in the fights, maybe. I don't know. Again, it's really hard to pinpoint, because I think the EG just totally outplayed. So don't worry, EG fanboys, your rares are not lost yet. There's still one more game in the works. And I'm curious to see what the draft holds, because I think we're going to see more of this like traditional Arteezy hero draft. I don't think the Doom worked out at all. I don't think I don't think it was a player thing. I think it was just a draft thing, to be honest. But yeah, game 3.
Game 3 is coming up now, guys. EG once again gets past Empire here in game 2. And for the second series in a row, we go to a full Game 3. Thanks for joining us for the broadcast. This is the D2L, brought to you by HyperX. It's Season 5, and we're just about done with our Eastern Division. Just a reminder that after this series, there will be a couple hours of downtime, but at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's see, if it's 6, that would make it 5 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. For our European brothers and sisters, we're going to have our Bubble Race Finals. LGD will be taking on LV Gaming with a slot in Vegas on the line. CDEC has already made it in from winning the group stage outright, and now we just need to find out which of those two teams will be joining them there. And of course, the Western Division should be winding up soon as well. We're going to be burning through that over the next week or so, and certainly getting more info to you about our playoffs coming up soon too. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that. The best way to do that is to hit follow here on twitch.tv/D2L. And that way, every time we go live, you don't miss a minute of the action. It is going to be action-packed over the next 7 to 10 days. And certainly want to have you as a part of all that. Also follow the D2L on Twitch. It's Twitter. It's at D2LGG, and Facebook is D2LGG as well. I'm EC, and that's Strauff. We'll be right back. Game 3, Evil Geniuses versus Empire, next. Stick with us.